I'd like to preface this video by apologizing profusely about the weird staticky background throughout the entire video. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to fix it, but for now, I hope that it is not a deterrent to anyone who is watching these videos for the first time, or even those who are returning and watching more videos. I really hope that that's not going to bug you too much. The lighting in this video is going to be very strange because the sun is in a position such that the glow is coming through this window and not this window. I even drew the shades to try to balance things out, and it didn't work. You can see this strange white glowiness on this side of the screen, not just this face of mine. It's right here. It's just this weird pale glow. This is actually my second time recording this because the first time recording it was not very entertaining, and yeah, let's get to it. Now that I'm warmed up and ready to go, speaking of warmed up, it was 87 degrees yesterday and I was working outside in long, thick work pants. That's right, I was helping out in the garden center yesterday, and I was not actually expecting to work out in the garden center, so I just wore my regular work clothes. In fact, I had a shirt on underneath my work shirt, but I abandoned that very quickly because that would have killed me. Not that wearing the long pants wasn't total suffering. I ended up rolling up my pants up to the knee at some point just to allow some air circulation to cool off my shins and my calves so that the entirety of my body wasn't actually boiling. Didn't actually check the temperature until a little ways into my shift, and boy was I surprised to find that not only was it 87 degrees, but it was, and I quote, unhealthy air quality for sensitive groups. Never before have I seen a subtext on my weather app that said that it is literally unhealthy for certain people to be outside. There wasn't even any cloud cover, it was just the sun continually beating down upon my person. I had to cower away in the shade just so I didn't die of heat exhaustion. I actually called my girlfriend at one point and said, hey, in case I don't make it out of here, I just want you to know that I love you and I will be thinking of you as I drift off into eternal slumber due to heat stroke. The shade wasn't even that much of a relief. It was one of those days that it's so hot that the shade is still hot. There are these sliding doors into and out of the garden center right next to the register where I'm typically hanging around and helping people, so I would occasionally step inside to cool off because the air inside was heavenly. But the problem is when you're cooling off and then you walk back outside, you're greeted with this wall of heat that's just, oh god, no, it wasn't even worth it. I started weighing my options of going inside to cool off if it meant that I then had to walk back outside and experience that discomfort. I must have drank at least 6 bottles of water. I was worried that I was going to die both of heat exhaustion and overwatering. Speaking of water, I'm going to take a drink of my water. Man, this recording is turning out way better than the first one. Maybe I should do a mock recording before all of my videos so I can get warmed up and into the zone, so to speak. Also work on my breath capacity because the last video I really was just like between every single sentence. Fun fact, that's one of the reasons why I edit my videos to be jump cuts. It's not just when I screw up lines. In fact, most of the time it's just pauses between sentences or when I stop to take a breath because it bugs me when there's just in the middle of the audio. That's why sometimes when I'm listening to a song and I can hear the artist breathing between every single sentence, it's like, oh no, it's hard to listen to this. Plus, I think the jump cuts and the rapid progression fit with the whole theme of my video, which is energetic and random and just kind of like, I tried to make it so I'm not moving so much when I do the jump cut so it's not quite as disorienting. I wonder if Tess is waiting outside my room. I shut my door and she was out of my room and I was just like, Tess, I have to shut the door because somebody's playing ping pong in the basement and you can hear like click, click, click. Another thing I wanted to talk about is my Facebook actually got hacked recently. It was a severe lapse in judgment on my part. So here's the thing, I've never ever had my Facebook account hacked. They're so obvious, those links that people send you when they've been hacked, and it's just like, I'm not clicking on that. That's suspicious. That's going to infect my Facebook account and take over my life and become another version of me, and I will never be the same. Except all you have to do is change your password because it doesn't actually log you out or anything, which is eventually what I did because Wait, oh, I'll get to that. So my friend from work sent me a message, and I didn't know she'd been hacked, and the message said, "Hey, Sam, did you make this video?" Side note, I probably should have been tipped off by the fact that she used my full name in the message, because who uses the full name of someone they're talking to? Like, ever, unless you're a mother trying to get the attention of your child who is being naughty. That's when you use the first, middle, and last name. You know you're in trouble when your mom just yells your first, middle, and last name. You better duck and run, because you're in trouble. Now, under any other circumstance, I would have immediately recognized this as a fake message and just dismissed it. But here's the thing, I do make videos. I have a YouTube channel that I had not yet told this friend about, so I was like, maybe she's found one of my videos, and she was like, hey, did you make this video? And that's another thing, in retrospect, that I probably should have recognized, is that this is my video. You can see my face. She obviously would have known that it was me making the video. It's even called SamCastGS. She knows my name and she knows my face. She can put two and two together. Wow, was this stupid of me? And so I let my guard down. I was like, hey, she saw one of my videos. Let's see which one she clicked on. And it wasn't one of my videos. It was a link that ended up hacking my Facebook account, and I didn't realize it right away. I actually didn't realize it until my buddy texted me later and said, hey, did you click on something weird because your Facebook account is sending out some janky video link messages? I was like, what? And then I checked Facebook and I discovered that I had sent a link, that same link, to like 50 or 60 of the people on my friends list. I was like, oh no. So I changed my password very quickly so that it would stop sending these messages, but then I had to systematically go through and message every single one of these people, warning them of the hack links so that they wouldn't become hacked as well. And while I'm doing this, I'm receiving messages from some of the people that I hadn't yet gotten to, like, did you get hacked? Like, I know I'm being hacked, just don't click on the link, please. I'm working on it. I'm fixing it. Seriously though, how did I think that she would have any difficulty identifying a video as mine? Unless you watch one of my Let's Play videos, and those aren't even very popular. The Until Dawn ones are very popular, but mostly in Russia, with people who don't like my videos. I still have no idea what that's about. Hi Russia, if you're still watching my videos, or if you gave up because I kept making videos, I win! The other thing that I should have noticed right away was the URL, because it's clearly not a real URL. Good lord, that's... it was so stupid of me. Let's move on to the dinosaur of the day while I still have some dignity remaining. Hypsilophodon, also known as the high-ridged tooth. Hey, didn't we just have the very high-ridged reptile? High-ridged tooth. Why is it a high-ridged tooth? I believe we will find out in just a moment. Ornithicia, Ornithopoda, and Hypsilophodon today. That's a long one. I'm gonna need some water for this. Wait a second, I do know Hypsilophodon. It was in Walking with Dinosaurs. This is like the best BBC program ever created, in my opinion. I also like the Walking with Monsters, Life Before Dinosaurs. Anyway, moving on. The word ornithopod conjures up images of heavy-bodied duckbills lacking in speed and grace. Who are you to make that distinction? They might have been the most graceful of all the dinosaurs. Maybe not in the facial area. There were some ugly dinosaurs. Just because you have a duckbill doesn't mean that you're ugly. You're beautiful, just the way you are. But not all ornithopods fit that image. Some early ornithopods, ancestors of the duckbills, were among the fleetest of all dinosaurs. One of such ornithopods was Hypsilophodon, swift as a gazelle, with long legs and a stiff tail used as a counterweight for balance. As it was a plant eater, it must have used its speed as a means of evading predators. Hypsilophodon may have had bony scales running down its back, providing at least modest protection against the attacker's jaws. How much protection is that honestly going to... I guess it did say modest. But a find of 20 Hypsilophodon fossils in one site revealed that this small dinosaur probably lived in herds or family groups, much as modern gazelles do. It's like a prehistoric lizard gazelle. Physically, it was 5 to 7.5 feet long, slender hind limbs with 4-toed feet, with shorter forelimbs that had 5-fingered hands. It's like us, but missing a toe. It's a prehistoric lizard gazelle person, human thing. Horny beak, incisor-like teeth in the upper jaw. Ridged teeth located in the cheeks, adapted for grinding vegetation. It has not really addressed the high-ridged tooth. I guess we'll never know, will we? Fossil sites, South Dakota, USA, and England and Portugal. I didn't know that there were 3. That's why I had that awkward pause. Geologic age, late Cretaceous. That is Hypsilophodon. I hope you all enjoyed that. Next is Iguanodon. I love Iguanodon. And we will learn more about that either next week or the week after, depending on whether or not I decide to go with a bi-weekly schedule. Thanks for tuning in. If you would like to subscribe or like or leave a comment, you're welcome to do all of those things, or one of those things, or multiple of those things, or none of those things. I mean, I'm not going to make you do something, but if you would like to join the Subscribbles, I'm very much appreciative of that. Tess, make up your mind. You want to be on the floor, the bed, or the armoire? I don't understand. I will also leave a link to the Facebook page in the description. That's where I post all the major updates of the channel. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Keep on cruising, my friends. Goodbye.